Before we get out of here, there's a few more things I want to do. I want you to be able to tell, one, how people can get involved and support Pray. And because the mind is capable of thinking of multiple things at one time, before we get out of here, I want you to be able to look in this camera and, one, tell an adult who feel that their background may be holding them back, tell them what they can do to get beyond that. And last thing we can finish with is you telling these young people something that can inspire them. But let's talk about how someone can get involved and help with Pray.
With people ready activating youth, it's really easy. We do a lot of volunteer work right now. We do a lot of things for the community. So to get involved, it's very easy as far as contacting one of our people. We have a Facebook page you can get on, go right on there, send a messenger, how the messenger, all that stuff. I'm not a technology whiz.
We'll put all that contact information up right now.
People ready activating youth to be up there. And so it's just really just getting involved. And I'm really into hearts. And so, you know what I mean? Like, God usually shoots me the right type of people to be around. So it's really easy to get involved in what we're doing as far as the community. And believe me, this is a team. It's going to take a team effort to change what's going on. So we are looking for more people. We want more people to get involved. We want more people to be involved and to reach out and to call and say how they can get in touch with Pray, like I said. And so
if I'm someone that has those blemishes on my record, if I'm someone that really wants to help, is out there but is fearful that they're going to bring up my record, you're saying those are the people that you can reach out to?
The people that, with the blemish and the record. And I just would like to tell, don't take it into the room with you. Don't take that into the room with you. Like I said, people right now, they'll say, oh, Lindsay, Terrance did drugs, Terrance did this, or pills, or Terrance had cheated on his wife, or Terrance did this, Terrance did that. But none of that stuff, nothing matters. Your past is your past, and leave it there.
Well, also, too, what you've done, you've taken their power away. Because they were going to use those things to hold over you, to pass judgment, to challenge you and say why you're not. But once you put that out there, they don't have any ammunition now.
Because it's you dealing with it yourself, and that's where we have it misconstrued at. Because it's not about what Lindsay Huddleston or what the city of Lansing or what anybody thinks about me first of all. We have to get that foremost. We have to be able to look into the mirror and be able to deal with it ourselves.
So you removed ego from this?
Yeah, you had, and one, Miss Marshall, I love her, and Mr. Marshall, James and Edwina Marshall, man, they used to always tell me, Terrance, just the pride. Take your pride out of it and stay humble. Stay humble. That's the key. Stay humble. To everybody out there, if you do it, just stay humble. No matter where you get to, just stay humble. And if you've dealt with your issues, if you've dealt with your problems, then don't let anybody else bring those problems to fruition. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody else bring those problems up to cause you problems, because you have dealt with it. You keep on with your goals. You keep on with what you want to do. You know what I mean?
The last thing I want to say before we get up out of here, to a young person who may see this, they see Coach T, like, oh, Coach T is on YouTube, Coach T is on social media. What can you say to them who may be struggling when they can't see beyond what's right in front of them right now? What can you say to them that, it may be tough right now, but it's going to be better in the future? What can you say to them right now that can help them get through these tough times?
To all y'all, to every youth out there, and when I say youth, that's 35 and younger than me. I'm 44 years old, so 35 and younger. I don't just mean little kids, but I just want you guys to know that I've been there. I've been down and out. I've done enough for all of us. I've done enough for all of us. You hear me, Lindsay? I've done enough for them to just throw me behind the wall and leave me there. You know what I mean? But you can have another chance. There are people out here willing to give you another chance. There's people out here that love you, and there's people out here that want to see you succeed. And just don't forget that God, he's the only person that can judge us. God is the only person that can judge us. When judgment is coming from this way or from that way, you just have to, like we were talking about before, like them horses when they got their blinders on, you just have to look straight ahead and focus on your goals and what your goals is. And so what if they know what you've done? So what if maybe you didn't do good your freshman year, your sophomore year? You can get it together your 11th and 12th grade year. Or so what if you didn't graduate high school? You can get your GED and you can still become that person that you want to be. You don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer. You can get involved in trades and learn how to do different type of things, but don't ever let what you've done or the things that you've done, don't ever let that affect where you're going. Where you're going and what you've done are two different things. Now, what I've been through, the drugs, the incarceration, the women, and all that stuff, it helps me to who I am now, and it built this person that who I am now, and it's actually helped me to navigate through life, have helped me to navigate to know when not to be there or not to put myself in this position or not to be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my whole thing is just be upfront. Just be upfront about everything, and let people know. And the ones that judge you, they don't have your true interests at heart. So don't even trip off of it. No matter what they say, how bad it gets, no matter what, just you keep focused. Get with Pray. There's a bunch of other organizations out here that you can get with. Get with some organizations that are going to pick you up, and we're not going to concentrate on your past. Like I said, I'm working in Everett full time right now. I'm out at Dansville coaching the basketball team right now. I'm doing things that people never thought that a drug addict and convict, whatever, all these labels and titles that they done put on me, all that stuff that they had put on me, I've got past all of that stuff. So I won't let anybody bring me back to that. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
And no matter what I've been through, God has still found me to get me to where I need to be at. And that is in my purpose in helping these kids. And he's not gonna let anything come against that as long as I stay steadfast on him. And so that's where I look at it. And I know a lot of people don't like talking to God talk, but he's the main reason that we're in Everett right now. He's the main reason that, the Dansville stuff happened. He's the reason that Pray has become the brand that it's become. And then the people are so important. Our community are so important. Reach out to somebody that in the community that you feel you can trust. Reach out to somebody. It doesn't have to be a teacher, a counselor, or this or that. Reach out to a man or a woman that you trust and talk to them and ask them for guidance and for help. And let's not be so contradicting of authority. Let's learn, to deal with authority, y'all. I want y'all to know that it's authority in everything. I have a boss. Lindsay has a boss. Everybody has a boss. I'm self-employed, but I have a boss that I have to go to when I'm in Dansville, when I'm at Everett. When I have bosses, I have a job that I have to do. But don't let anybody use your past to try to hold you back or to try to keep a chain on you, because your past is your past, and like I said, just leave it there. And like I said, for those kids, man, y'all can reach out to me, y'all can find me. I'm not hard to find. Or reach out to a couple different organizations, like I said, and just talk to the right people. And you'll know the right people by what they say and what they're putting into you, and what kind of, what, if they're bringing up your past and talking about your past and, you was a drug dealer and you was this and you was, them not the type of people you want to be around. And then start cutting your circle down. And that's the last part that I would say. Everybody that wants to be your friend isn't your friend. And so you don't want to have a bunch of people around, because a lot of people are around just to be there to pull you down when you get to where you're going. And so you have to really, really study and make sure that you have the right support system around you. And I think for Lansing, that's the most important thing, is showing these kids in the city of Lansing, Greater Lansing, and I mean from Dansville to Grand Ledge to I call all of that Lansing. So for all of Greater Lansing, all the youth, get a support system. Have a support system. And us as adults, let's support our children. Let's support I know they did this. I know they did that. I know they may have, did something that wasn't right. Let's still support them and try to find out what we can do to get that kid to a positive mindset, or to doing things positive instead of concentrating on all the bad he's done. And I've learned in my life that people like to concentrate on the bad that you've done. You don't worry about it. The adults, don't worry about it. Let them ramble, let them talk, say yup, because it makes your testimony this big. It makes your testimony that much bigger when they're saying, oh, Terrance overdosed 3 times. But right now, Terrance is at the best part of his life as he's ever been right now. God has done more for me in the last year than he's done for me all my life. And it's because that I've yielded myself to the city of Lansing, to him, and I became a vessel for God to do what he wants to do. And like I said, just walking through them doors, man, when that door opens, you walk through it. It may not be what you intended at first. Like I said, I started volunteering at Everett. I wasn't on the payroll. I started volunteering. It turned into a full-time job. You get what I'm saying? So God's watching y'all. God, the only one that matters in this. Take everybody else out. He's the only one that matters in this. Because, like I said, 8, 9 felonies, ex-drug addict. Even though these days everybody's popping pills and doing, back in our days, that was basehead stuff. You know what I mean? We used to call that basehead, but now everybody popping perks and the rappers are talking about it and everything. Mm-hmm. But it was basehead stuff to us back in the day. So no matter what you've done, no matter what circle you come from, no matter who your friends are, no matter what, even some of your friends, just be careful, because bad company corrupts good manners. And I'm trying to change that. I love that saying, and I kind of like go against it, and I let it go with this, but I want to change that bad company. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So I throw myself into situations where I know that are tough, where I know that are, or that I know that, people are like, oh, there's no hope for it. Right. Man, Everett is so much better than it was 15 weeks ago.
I believe that.
People would never believe what we were going through in the first 2 weeks. But Everett is doing great right now. Everett is doing great right now. They're moving and they're moving and they're moving and they're learning structure. So they're doing the right things. And that's all it's about. Once you start to do the right thing, ain't nothing nobody can say. They can throw every ball they want to. They can talk about everything that they want to from your past. They can bring up every woman that I messed with. They can bring up every drug I did. They can bring up how many years I did in jail. They can bring up anything. But it don't matter if I'm living this life, if I'm doing what God put me here for. If I'm doing my purpose and I'm concentrating on that, I'm not looking back because they said you did some drugs or because you fell out on some drugs. I ain't looking back at that. Right. But y'all can talk about it because it's just gonna show God. It's gonna make God, give God glory. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll know that the only person that could got me to this point, it couldn't have been El Hud. It couldn't have been Jamie Gundrum. And I love Jamie, but I'm just saying it wasn't Amy Hodgson. It wasn't my old church. It wasn't Turning. It was the man upstairs.
Yes, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So with that, like I said, I don't force God on nobody, but I know that he gives you that chance that some people won't. You know what I mean? And just support systems, man. We got to have support systems for our youth. That is so key and so cool. So that was the main reason, wanting to holler at you, brother.
Man, you've done something that's beyond powerful. I know this message is going to have a major impact. So with that, we'll wrap up. This is Lindsey Hudson with SPS here with Mr. Terrance Cooper, representing Pray, brother. I appreciate everything you've done and everything you're going to do, okay?
Man,
Number love. We'll see you guys next time.
Just
Peace.
getting started. Deuces.